Ball Club. The decent size, Chris Halter, a 6'2 junior at 7.1. Wayne Seeker, a 6'2 senior, average at 6.5 a game. Mark Bunn, a 6'3 senior at 7. Brian Schroeder, a 6'1 senior at 7 a game. And Chad Hermiller, a 5'10 senior at 4.5. Jason Stechschulte, their leading scorer, normally comes off the bench. We'll see if that's the case tonight. 6'1 junior, averaging 14.5 points per ball game. Rounding out the varsity roster, Corey Bryant, a 5'10 junior. Brian Koch, a 5'11 senior. Josh Wyatt, a 6'4 sophomore. Chad Graham, a 6'1 junior. Matt Godey, a 6'4 junior. And Jared Roeder, a 5'11 sophomore. Again, Grove finishing up 9-11 on the season. They were 2-5 in the Putnam County League. Common opponents, of course, Continental and Kalida that Archbold played. Continental defeated Columbus Grove 47-28, while Kalida only beat them by 9, 47-38. So Kalida handled Archbold much easier than they handled Columbus Grove. But again, just looking at the Columbus Grove kids, Blue, as they go through their warm-up process, obviously 9-11, they're not a great basketball team, but they do appear to be very athletic.
As you said, they had a lot of their football players out there, and you know what a good class that was. So just have to wait and see, tournament time. Archbold's been able to come up, unfortunately, for the Bluestreaks with some very poor quarters this year. And, we said so many years now, one poor quarter in tournament time, and, you're watching whoever's playing the next go-round. You can't afford to have you can have a couple bad minutes, but you cannot afford to have a bad quarter. And we saw the Bluestreaks do that a couple times, and you just can't have that happen. Or I said you're watching, but, on paper, they have the better record and so on, but you never know.
Archbold's been led by 6'7 senior center Joe Delaney, 15 points, 9 rebounds a game, and 5'10 senior guard Aaron Kaufman, averaging 8.4 points and 6 assists per ball game. They're joined by Chad Knopfinger, a 6'5 junior at 8.7 a ball game. Chad did injure his knee in practice last week, but is suited up and should be available for duty, though he has some type of a wrap on that knee. Brian Meyer, a 6'2 freshman, starts, averages 6.7, and Eric Grieser coming off a career-high 17 against North Central in a win last Tuesday. 5'11 junior at 8.2 points per game. From the Blue Streak bench, Tim Krause, 6'1 sophomore, 2.3. Mitch Gehrig, a 6'4 junior at 3.3. Kurt Brodbeck, a 5'11 senior at 3. He's coming off a career best 11-point game against North Central, and Blue said he hit 3 threes in a big hurry last Tuesday night. He'd get warm. Paul Cruz, a 5'9 junior at 2.6. Joe Emsch, a 6'3 senior, averaging just under a point a game. And Tad Ashwood, a 5'11 senior, at about 1 point per ball game. Eric Watson, a 5'11 junior. Brock Beck, a 5'6 junior, are suited up tonight for the Archbold Bluestreaks. Archbold again under Doug Krause, 14 years, Doug, with 198 wins, 105 defeats. Bluestreaks again, 13-7. Overall, they finished 5-3 in the NWAL. Doug and I had a chance to talk earlier about his team, the season, and the matchup with Columbus Grove. Let's listen in right now. Well, Doug, certainly coming off a nice win over North Central last week, and that came on the heels of a very disappointing loss to a very good Delta Panther ball club. But your kids have been very resilient, bouncing back from tough losses with good performances, and they did it once again.
Well, we did, and going over to the North Central on Tuesday was a concern, especially coming off Friday's game with Delta. But like you said, our kids, they played, I thought, 32 minutes, pretty hard, worked pretty hard throughout the entire time, and we're rewarded with a nice W. It was a nice win to finish out the regular season.
Kind of like the balance you had that contest, too.
Yeah, we certainly did. We moved the ball pretty well. We got it inside and outside. I know we attacked the basket pretty well on most occasions. And again, one thing down the stretch that really helped us, we didn't get to the line a whole lot of times. Eric Grieser's line, he got connected 11 for 11 from the foul line, which was pretty daggone good.
Yeah, no kidding. You can't do it a whole lot better than that. Got to ask you this, Doug. I heard through the grapevine. I hadn't had a chance to talk to you in a few days now, but I understand Chad Knopfinger banged up his knee a little bit in practice. Is that true?
That's correct. Must have been Thursday's practice. We held about on Friday's practice. If we had played Friday night, there's no way he could have played Friday. Right now, it looks like it's come along over the weekend much nicer. In fact, I just talked to him. He feels pretty good with it, so I think everything's okay for Tuesday.
Well, that sounds good. Okay, if you would, give us a scouting report. Tell us a little bit about an unfamiliar foe, Columbus Grove.
Well, that's true. Columbus Grove, as you all know, Larry plays in 2 leagues down there. They play the Putnam County League and the Northwest Conference, so they're definitely well-schooled in the travels of basketball, but one thing about Columbus Grove that you have to mention right away, you can see when you see these players that they have been successful in other sports, football and track in particular. These kids are athletes, nice strong bodies and so forth. I'm not sure that they're great basketball players who go along with those bodies, but you can see that they're athletes nonetheless. They go with a couple of kids who I think can be kind of tough on us. We have to do a good job. Number 40 Siefker kid is about a 6'2" senior. He's their inside strength, so to speak. He's pretty agile. Reminds me of some of those Delta kids. He'll go out and step out, shoot the three a little bit, not very often, but every once in a while he'll go out and do that. Got a kid that plays a lot for them. His name is Steck-Sheldy. I believe he's the quarterback on the football team. He's really the sixth man, but he plays probably 30 minutes of the ball game. Mm-hmm. He's a stud athlete as far as his build and so forth. He's not a great basketball player, but he just gets the job done. He goes to the rack really well. Doesn't shoot it real well from the perimeter, but he's a kid that we have to watch out for too. They have a couple of kids that shoot the ball from the three. A kid by the name of Schroeder and a kid by the name of Hermiller, who shoot it out from the three a little bit. Their game, more or less, Larry, is take it to the basket, not necessarily shoot from the outside. So we'll have to do a good job on guarding against penetration.
Okay.
Man-to-man team, Larry, pretty much. They'll give us a low zone 1-3-1 or a 2-3.
Okay. Anybody they remind you of? Delta?
Yeah, kind of, except they're, as far as, athletes, yes, Delta, but as far as basketball players, along that can shoot the ball and so forth, they don't remind me of Delta at all. It's more just Delta as far as the athletes they can put in the floor.
You look back over this campaign, Doug, and I know you want to extend it at least 1, 2, 3, however many more games you possibly can. But if you look back over, sure, there have been some stumbles along the way, but 13-7 is not all bad in lieu of the fact these kids were coming off a very bad season a year ago. And really, this senior class hasn't had a whole lot of success all the way up through the program, and they've got to have enjoyed this.
Oh, no doubt. I think they certainly have. And like you said, we'll take it one game at a time as far as tournament is concerned, but you look back on the regular season, 13 wins for these guys, I think is a tribute to all of them, and particularly the seniors.
Okay, Doug, pleasure having you with us. Thanks for joining us. Best of luck.
All right, thanks, Elf.
High school introducing everybody here tonight.
Missing a row in the balcony.
Well as starters for both ball clubs off the bench for Columbus Grove. Jason Steck-Sheldy, a 6'1" junior, though he is their leading scorer. 14.5 points per ball game. Corey Bryant, a 5'10" junior. Brian Koch, 5'11" senior. Josh White, a 6'4" sophomore. Chad Graham, a 6'1" junior. Matt Doty, a 6'4" junior. And Gerald Reeder, a 5'11" sophomore. Round out the subs for Columbus Grove. For the Bluestreaks coming off the bench. Off Chad Ashman, a 5'11" senior at 1.1. Kurt Broadbeck, a 5'11" senior at 3. Tim Krause, 6'1" sophomore at 2.3. Brock Beck, a 5'6" junior. Mitch Gehrig, a 6'4" junior at 3.3. Paul Cruz, a 5'9" junior at 2.6. And Joe M., a 6'3" senior, averaging just under 1 point per ball game on the season. Now your starting lineup, first of all, for Columbus Grove, coached by Chris Grodehouse. Chris in his second year, 16-25. His coaching record in 2 seasons at the helm of the Bulldogs. They'll go with Chris Halker, a 6'2" junior, averaging 7.1. Dwayne Siefker, a 6'2" senior at 6.5. Mark Bunn, a 6'3" senior at 7. Brian Schroeder, a 6'1" senior at 7. Chad Hermiller, a 5'10" senior at 4.5 points per ball game. Again, Steck-Sheldy coming off the bench. He's their leading scorer. Doug Krause says they'll wait sometimes as long as about 2 minutes to put him into the game, and then he'll basically play the rest of it. I don't know if it's just a matter he feels more comfortable doing that.
Some players do that, yeah.
And it's obviously worked quite well for them. Now the starting lineup for the Bluestreaks. The point guard will be Aaron Kaufman, a 5'10" senior at 8.4. Eric Grieser, a 5'11" junior at 8.2. Chad Nustiger, a 6'5" junior at 8.7 of all game. Brian Meyer, a 6'2" freshman, averaging 6.7 in the middle. Joe Delaney, a 6'7" senior, 15 points, 9 rebounds per ball game. Again, Archbold coming in at 13-7, 5-3. Doug Krause, in his 14th year as head coach, 198 wins and 105 defeats. Obviously, Doug's got to have a sectional title to get victory number 200. If this is 14th year, else he'll just have to wait until the 1998-99 campaign. Not a full house by any means, but a decent crowd on hand. Nightcap tonight has Fairview going up against Sonora. Martin Taylor's going to keep us updated from other sides. At Northview, it's Liberty Center playing Swanton in the opener. Then our broadcast of the nightcap, Waukegan against Northwood. Over at Waukegan in Division 4, Fayette playing Aaronsville in the opener. Oldgate Hilltop in the nightcap, and Bryan in Antwerp against Eaton, with Montpelier playing Hicksville in the late game. So those scores coming up as part of scoring updates later this evening on the Noffinger Pontiac GMC scoreboard show. We'll have a national sports update more coming up as well on our halftime report, brought to you by PowerNet Internet Services and Power Supply Computers of Delta. The officials for tonight's ball game, obviously Tommy Moore we're quite familiar with. Steve Jones will join Tommy in the black and white stripes here. We get ready to tip it off at Defiance High School. Bulldogs coming out. Here come the Bluestreaks. Joe Delaney will have a height advantage, 6'7" Bluestreak senior. He'll go up against Chris Halker, a 6'2" junior for Columbus Grove. Tom Moore will toss it up. Players are set. Very good Division III sectional here in Defiance again this year. Here's the tap, controlled by the Bluestreaks. Ball gets loose, picked up eventually by Delaney. To Brian Meyer. Meyer on the right wing, lobs to the baseline. There's a pass thrown away. Picked out of there now by Mark Bunn. Bunn gives it up to Chad Hermiller. Archbold man-to-man. Hermiller with a basketball. Right to the right side, flips the pass over down to Dwayne Siefker. Columbus Grove working the perimeter now on the wing. Starting to penetrate, pulling up 12-foot jumper, up in and out, no good. Rebound battle, shot up, blocked, and out of bounds by Delaney on the putback attempt by Siefker. Grove will keep it as Halker had the shot go in and out for him. Siefker got the rebound, his putback attempt blocked by Delaney. Bounce pass inside now, goes to Siefker on the wing, outside for Hermiller. We've played 40 seconds into the first period. A Halker on the left wing. On top to Siefker. Pass inside deflected, loose, picked up, and laid up, no good. Rebound, Grove's got it again as they dominate the boards. Picking it out of there with Schroeder. They got a whistle inside and a push, a 3-second violation. Will go against Columbus Grove. The Bulldogs kept the ball about as long as they wanted down there.
They had 2 shots in and out, and then 2 offensive rebounds.
Against pressure, ball inbounded. Up the floor now, Kaufman had it knocked away from behind. Picked up by Grove, knocked away by Greaser now, but out of bounds. So the Bluestreaks, 2 possessions, 2 quick turnovers. Not exactly the start Coach Krause had in mind, I'm certain. Grove will do the inbounding. Here's Chris Halker. Halker on the wing now, over to Schroeder. Side now, little turnaround. Here's the shot put up, blocked out of bounds by Delaney on the attempt by Siefker. Delaney gets his second block. Halker will inbound. Looking inside now, lobs it in. The ball tipped around and knocked out of bounds eventually by Columbus Grove.
Each team with 2 turnovers in the first minute and 4 seconds.
No score. Bounce pass to Greaser, pressured in backcourt by Halker. Greaser had it slapped away. Archbold just being a little bit sloppy with the ball. Halker knocked it away, but it went out of bounds. It'll stay with Archbold. Right in front of us is where Brian Meyer will inbound. Now, a couple of the players apparently were doing a little pushing. Tommy Moore settled them down. Brian Meyer doing the inbounding now for the Bluestreaks. Needs help. Flips it in now to Kaufman. Kaufman dribbling outside. High post now to Delaney. The paint spin move. Pulls up. 8-foot jumper up. Rolls. Good. 2-0 Bluestreaks. Delaney gets the first bucket of the game. Halker quickly the other way for Grove. The left side, he's bumped and fouled by Brian Meyer. .6:33 to go, first quarter. 2-0 Bluestreaks grab the early lead. Chris Halker to inbound now for the Bulldogs of Grove. Does so to Chad Hermiller. Hermiller picked up by Greaser outside, man-to-man. Hermiller penetrating now, cut off by Greaser. Lost the dribble over on the wing. It goes to Bunn outside Schroeder. Hermiller just dribbling outside around to the right wing. It goes over to Steefker. Steefker on top for Halker. Back over to Steefker. Steefker on the wing, baseline Hermiller. He doesn't want to take the shot, though he had a 10-footer available. Hermiller looks, flips back under the wing now. Here's Grove, pass down low. Shot put up by Steefker, no good. Delaney with a rebound, and he's fouled by Steefker. Well, Steefker has had 2 shots blocked by Delaney, and that one intimidated by him, and I think it was a frustration foul more than anything. And well, we've played 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and that means 2 minutes 4 seconds. It's time for Jason Steckshoulder. He'll replace Brian Schroeder. Steckshoulder into the game, and Mount's pass, bounced in out of Kaufman, knocked away and out of bounds. 2-0 Archbold lead. Full court pressure from Grove, and it bothered Archbold early on, and Mount's pass bounced in out of Kaufman. He'll sprint it up the floor this time to the left side of the wing. Looking in now, nothing doing. Flips outside over to Meyer. Meyer right side to Greaser. Greaser, lob inside, tip by Nossinger, no good. Rebound and a foul. It's on Nossinger for bumping Steckshoulder. His first team second, but again, Nossinger did a good job just to keep the ball alive on a bad entry pass that time. So the Bluestreaks a little sloppy early on.
Sort of a tough angle for that pass.
Very tough angle.
Like impossible.
John Stockton couldn't have made it. Is that what you're saying? Hermiller, left side now over to Steckshoulder, starting a drive, stops, pops the 12-foot jumper, off no good. Delaney with a clearing rebound to Kaufman. Kaufman penetrates, baseline, goes in now, puts up the 5-footer, no good. Ball tipped out by Delaney. Meyer, side now, Nossinger lost the handle, picks it up into the corner to Meyer. Meyer cross-court pass, deflects off the hand of Greaser, not about it. 4th Archbold turnover in the first 2:49. Hermiller brings it up the floor now for the Bulldogs. Slapped away by Greaser, picked up though by Hermiller. Greaser doing a good job, pressure man-to-man on Hermiller. Hermiller starting to drive, and he's bumped and fouled. No, 5-second call. Before he got the penetration, Greaser was doing a good job, as I mentioned on him, and Eric gets the 5-second call. So Grove turns it back over to the Bluestreaks in a battle of turnovers early on. Still 2-0 Archbold. Greaser brings it up the floor now for the Bluestreaks. Bouncing high post and off finger, back to Greaser on the wing. Greaser sends it outside now to Meyer, who's picked up by Steckshoulder. Goes right side, looks in, nothing to it. Outside Greaser, open 3-pointer on the way, up and in. 5-0 Archbold on an Eric Greaser 3-pointer. 4.5 minutes to go first quarter. As Hermiller brings it up the floor. Go to the left side, bounce pass going over on the wing to Bunn, on top for Halker. Halker right at the top of the key, right side to Hermiller. Hermiller swings it around to Steefker. Steefker lobbing a baseline. Steckshoulder back out Halker. Steefker's 14-foot jumper in and off, no good. Delaney with a rebound. So bouncing over to Kaufman. Kaufman picked up by Hermiller. Man-to-man defense. Starts to drive now, goes in, shovels it up, rolls off. No good. Rebound outside, Grodout. Steckshoulder rather. Steckshoulder goes in, 12-footer, partially blocked by Meyer. Rebounded by Kaufman. Kaufman the other way now for the Bluestreaks. High post pass to Delaney. Spins to the lane, 7-footer blocked. Rebound tipped around. Archbold's got it. Greaser to the hole, up. No good. Delaney with a tip, no good. Taken down finally by Columbus Grove's Chris Halker. A couple of good opportunities. Couldn't get it to cash in. Steefker right side. Here's the 3-pointer fired up by Bunn off the mark, no good. It got caught up into the support beams. It'll go to Archbold.
Columbus Grove 0 for 8 in the first 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Archbold 2 of 5 with 1-3, but a lot of turnovers.
Kurt Broadbeck, Mitch Gehrig, and Paul Cruz check into the Archbold lineup. And Brian Schroeder back into the Columbus Grove lineup, giving Dwayne Steefker a breather. Full court Grove pressure. Broadbeck inbounds to Kaufman. Kaufman and Delaney, the 2 remaining starters on the floor for Archbold. Other 3 starters now getting a rest. Left side bounce goes over now to Broadbeck. On top for Gehrig. Down to the right side to Kaufman. Lob in now for Delaney, and he's going to be called for a push-off. So the Blue Streaks guilty of the violation on the Joe Delaney push-off.
It'd be a little sneakier than that.
Yeah,
but, that was, we could see it from here, so I think the official could see it too.
That's a tough call for Tom Moore to make. Hermiller. Schroeder on top now. Grove still looking for their first bucket. 2:53 to go. It's 5-0. Neither team off the two greatest starts. Right side, Bunn. On top now, three-pointer fired up and in by Schroeder. 5-3. Mounts pass. Kaufman brings it up the floor. Bouncing in now to Gehrig. Gehrig, bad pass. Threw it away. Picked out of there now by Grove. Other way, coming down now. Here's Steckschulte whistled before the shot to travel. It was called on Jason Steckschulte at the 2.5-minute mark of the first period. Archbold timeout. 2.5 minutes to go, first period. 5-3. Blue Streak lead. We'll be right back.
Try us. You'll like us. Say Cellular and 360 Communications has an offer you can't.
Archbold to inbound now. 5-3. Blue Streaks leading. Kaufman has the ball in backcourt, picked up by Hermiller. Archbold sets up offensively. Kaufman, right side over to Cruz. Baseline drive, Paul Cruz, and his bad pass is loose, picked up on the floor, and still loose and ends up going out of bounds. It'll stay with Archbold. I don't think anybody ever really got possession.
Not exactly a clinic here in the first 6 minutes of this game.
I think that's why Doug Krause called the timeout, yet the Blue Streaks went right down and darn near turned it over again. They have 6 turnovers. Broadbeck will inbound to Kaufman. Baseline drive, and he's bumped and fouled by Hermiller. His first, team second. The 2:11 mark of the first period, it's 5-3 in favor of the Blue Streaks. Archbold 2 out of 5 from the floor, but they've turned it over 6 times. Grove has hit just 1. Bounce past Delaney. Pump fake goes in, 5-footer off glass, too hard. Gehrig went over the back on the rebound attempt of Steckschulte and will be whistled for his first foul. 5-3, Archbold, 2:07 to go, first period. Hermiller will bring it up the floor. Brian Schroeder now. Schroeder will bring it up now. They're going to put Schroeder at the point, put Hermiller down low. Starting to drive Schroeder. They like to play one-on-one, as Doug Krause said. Go to the basket with the ball. Corey Bryan into the lineup for Grove. Back now, Schroeder penetrating now. Goes in. Here's a jumper off glass. No good. Delaney with a rebound. Outlet bounce over to Kaufman. Kaufman ahead to Broadbeck. Broadbeck into the lane now. Delaney goes in. Two-hander. Lost the handle on it. Went up high off the glass. Came down through.
Take him to the track.
Yeah, he was going to dunk it. Didn't have to. I don't know how that one came down through, but it did. Lob in now. Getting loose. Steckschulte puts it up no good, but draws the foul from Kaufman. Be 2 shots here for Jason Steckschulte. Eric Greaser will return for Archbold. With 1:27 to go in the first quarter, and Kaufman will set. 6'1" junior Jason Steckschulte on the line. Very athletic-looking junior. Puts the free throw up. Nope, it's short of the mark. Right on line, but short.
See the quarterback on that team?
I don't know if he was a quarterback.
I believe so.
Well, they had a tremendous ball club. Got beat 28-14 by Patrick Henry in the regional semis. Second one up, rolls, no good again. Delaney with another rebound. Outlet over to Greaser. He'll race it up the floor now. He's at the point with Kaufman out of there. Right side brought back. High post now out to Delaney. Around to the left side to Cruz. Cruz on the wing. There's a backdoor lob inside for Delaney. Turns, spin, plays it up and good. 9-3 Blue Streak. Left side, Hermiller with it now for Grove. On top, Schroeder. Around to the right side to Bryan. On top, Hermiller. They play a little pitch and catch. Bryan will let fly a long-range 3 off the mark. Rebound deep into the corner. Grove has it. Mark Bunn. Bunn sends it back outside now for Hermiller. 49 seconds left in the period. Hermiller up the lane now. 10-foot jumper on the run, up and good. Hermiller able to get away from his man defensively. Makes it 9-5, Archbold. Greaser on the wing. Shoots it out front for Broadbeck. Entry pass, high post to Delaney, back to Broadbeck, inside Delaney, got a whistle, and he's bumped and fouled on the play. Foul's going to go against Mark Bunn, a 6'3" senior for Columbus Grove. Joe Delaney, 69% on the foul, at the foul line on the season, will shoot 2. Actually, that 69% sounds pretty good because he was at mid to upper 50s until about the halfway point of the season. So he has raised it about 10 percentage points over the last half of the season. Free throw up and good. Delaney with 7, enjoying an outstanding senior season. Chris Halker reports for Grove. Chad Hermiller gets his first breather. Archbold 10, Columbus Grove 5 with 29.7 seconds left here in the first period. Delaney's second one off the mark, no good. Rebound, battled in the corner, went off Grove and out of bounds. So the Bluestreaks with 28 seconds left. Tim Krause comes in, replacing Joe Delaney. He'll sit down with 7 points. Eric Greaser will inbound. Archbold would like to hold it for a last shot here. Greaser will inbound to Cruz. Back now to Greaser outside. Greaser picked up by Bryan. Greaser dribbling in front of us. Better watch 5-second call. Now penetrates. Takes it back outside. Gives it up to Broadbeck with 16 seconds. Back over to Greaser. Greaser guarded by Bryan. Greaser with 9 seconds outside. Having trouble on the dribble. We got a whistle. He's bumped. Was fouled with 5.8 seconds to go by Bryan, but that, of course, a common foul, so it isn't going to hurt Grove at all. And Archbold will have to get something going with 5.8 seconds to go. They'll have to inbound near the timeline. Broadbeck inbounds now to Greaser. Greaser penetrates, pulls up, 16-footer went off his hand. No good. The buzzer sounds the end of the first quarter. 10-5 Archbold. We'll be right back. 10-5 Archbold at the end of one.
Bluestreaks 4-9 with 1-3, but 6 turnovers. Columbus Grove just 2-12 from the floor with 1-3.
It'll be Grove possession as we begin quarter number 2. Brian Schroeder will have it. Aaron Kaufman back in for Archbold along with Chad Knopfinger and Brian Meyer.
Zoning here.
Archbold is zoning off to start the second quarter. 2-3. Seeker left side. Schroeder. O'Brien back over now, 3-pointer by Schroeder, in and out with this one. Rebound tipped around, Seeker's got it back up, shot blocked, but a foul. Going to go against Chad Knopfinger, who picks up his second in the first 20 seconds of period number 2. 2 shots coming up here for Dwayne Seeker, who was scoreless in the first period. Joe Delaney getting a breather here, the last few seconds of the first quarter and the first few seconds of quarter number 2. Free throw up and in. Archbold 10, Columbus Grove 6. Seeker, 6'2", senior, averaging about 6.5 points per ball game. Second one, got it. 10-7, Archbold by 3 with the ball here in Kaufman. Picked up by Corey Bryan. Kaufman right side, swings it over to Greaser. Looking in, here's the pass going in. Knopfinger, little turnaround. In and out off the glass. Rebound taken down by Seeker. Knopfinger thought it was down. He was started the other way. Outside Schroeder for a tying 3, up no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll belong to Archbold. Nobody did touch
that shot. Why? That was 3/4 of the way down.
Knopfinger kind of looked back around. I don't think he could believe that the ball didn't stay down, but it didn't. Eric Greaser will have it now for the Bluestreaks, up and over. Krause left side to Meyer. Meyer backdoor, nice lob. Krause has it for the lay-in, up and good. Brian Meyer with a nice assist to Tim Krause. 12-7 Archbold. Brian with the ball now for the Bulldogs. Backdoor lob going inside, picked up by Seeker now. Seeker shoots it outside for Schroeder. Grove looking inside. Grove bouncing left side over to Stickshoulder. Round to the right corner. Seeker has it. Grove being patient on offense. Here's a lob going down low enough. A little turnaround put up and in by Stickshoulder. 12-9. Other way, Brian Meyer coming down to the hole. Puts it up high off glass. No good. Tipped outside. Rebound Archbold. Kraus back up off glass and good. Tim Kraus with 4. 14-9. Other way, Bulldogs coming down. Bryan to the hole. We're going to get a whistle and an offensive foul. And Aaron Kaufman was just waiting for about a
That was an offensive foul. I don't like him too, but that was.
Foul in the offensive foul. We're going to get a... Joe Delaney will be back into the Archbold lineup here. Mark Bunn will report back in for Columbus Grove. And Grove wants a timeout. 6:14 to go, first quarter at 14-9 Archbold. Back after this.
Dave.
Number 2. Broadcast number 2 tonight again. Stan Cruz, John Fryman on hand at Sylvania Northview. Wassey on Northwood. The nightcap. Swanton had a 1-point lead over Liberty Center at the end of 1. Martin Taylor keeping us apprised back at Tournament Central. Tim Kraus will inbound. Eric Greaser and the Bluestreaks bring it up the floor. Kaufman's gone down to a wing. Greaser at the point. They strip down. High post to Delaney, who's returned. Delaney, foul line. Let's fly from 17 off the mark. No good. Kraus with a rebound back up too hard with this one, and a whistle and a foul. Joe Delaney has picked up his second. At the 5:57 mark of quarter number 2. It'll be a 1-and-1 coming up here for Columbus Grove. So both the Archbold big guys, Knopfinger and Delaney, have 2 quick fouls here in the second quarter. And on the foul line with a 1-and-1 is Chris Halker. 6'2" junior, looking for his first point of the night. Left-hander as the free throw up and in. 14-10. Doug Kraus elects to go with Joe Delaney a little bit here. He normally gets him right out of there when he gets the second foul this early. Free throw, this one up and good. Kraus will inbound now to Kaufman. Kaufman up the floor now for the Bluestreaks. Archbold lead at 3. Left side to Greaser. Greaser on the wing, picked up by Gunn. Outside now to Meyer. Meyer cut off, back out to Greaser. Open 16-foot jumper, up and good. Eric Greaser gets his 5th point. Archbold 16, Columbus Grove 11. With it for Grove. Bunn, around to the right side. They swing to Halker on the wing. Into Steckschulte going to the basket. Lost the handle on the ball. May see who touched it. Apparently no one from Archbold because it'll be Bluestreak basketball. Grove will put some pressure on in backcourt. Kraus will inbound to Greaser. Greaser picked up by Mark Bunn. High post to Delaney. Delaney gives it off to Kaufman. Long 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Bunn. Bunn gives it up to Hermiller. Hermiller. Right side over to Halker. Back out now to Hermiller. Halker to Hermiller. They play a little catch. Hermiller looks at the 3. Elects not to take it. He's looked a couple times. Had the shot, but hadn't wanted to take it. They're going to give it to him until he knocks 1 or 2 down. Hermiller has it outside for Steckschulte. Archbold in the zone. We said here in the second quarter, Steckschulte with it on the left side. Flipping outside to Hermiller. Right side to Halker. Halker to Hermiller. High post pass, Seifker. Right side going in now to the hole. Here's an offensive foul. It's going to go against Chris Halker.
Good position again by Kaufman. As I said, I usually think those are on the defensive player, but he's been planted there, and as an offensive player, you just have to see that and stop and go up with a shot there.
I don't think Grove wants to see this zone right now.
No, I don't think they're an outside shooting team. You know, so we don't get to see or hear about them much, but I don't think they are.
For whatever reason, the horn, I don't know if they know who the foul was on. The foul was on Chris Halker.
It's on 34.
It was on 34, so it was on Chris Halker. Well, the officials are conferring right now, but we can tell them.
Everybody else can, too.
Yeah. So they get it right now, Chris Halker.
That's just one thing that should be corrected, right?
Absolutely.
It was very obvious.
Yeah, it would have been the second foul on Mark Bunn. That was only the first on Halker. Yeah, he had the ball. It was called an improper offensive foul, so. Wasn't an illegal pick somewhere else. Greaser brings it up and over the timeline, picked up by Bunn. Greaser penetrating, pulls up, flips left side now to Meyer. Baseline drive, goes in, scoops it up and good off the glass. First basket for Brian Meyer as he took it to the baseline to the hole. Here's Bunn stopping, popping from 16. It's short, no good. Rebound whistle, and we're going to get a foul. Tim Kraus was over the back, I believe, of Dwayne Siefker. Tim gets his first. It'll be a 1-and-1. Coming up here for Siefker. Grove is cash should get at the foul line. They've hit 4 in a row here in the second quarter, but they have just the 1 bucket. Archbold has countered with 4 baskets. Returning is Brian Schroeder now for Columbus Grove, replacing Jason Steckschulte. So Dwayne Siefker will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 here for Columbus Grove. Got it on the way, up and in.
5 of 5 from the line.
Doing a job. Archbold 18, Columbus Grove 12. 4:12 to go first half. Second one, in and out, no good. Rebound though. Bunn puts it back up and in off the glass. 18-14. Greaser the other way now for Archbold. Picked up by Bunn. Did a good job in Columbus Grove's man-to-man. Greaser swings right side over to Meyer. Bouncing on top for Kraus. Left side, Greaser open. Long jumper off, no good. Rebound, Meyer has it back outside for Kraus. Kraus gives it up to Greaser. Greaser down to the left side. Meyer on top for Kraus. On the right wing, the pass going over down to Greaser. Kaufman has it outside. We're going to get a whistle away from the play. And Joe Delaney was fouled apparently by Dwayne Siefker. Delaney will shoot the 1-and-1. Well, when the Kraus went with Joe Delaney when he got that second quick foul, Blue. I don't recall him doing that
time down here when he missed timed his jump on the free throw. At least he let him shoot the layup.
Yeah, he had to give it to him. I don't imagine we'll see him too much longer here in the first half, but he's on the line with a 1-and-1 right now. Free throw up. Nope, won't go. Delaney just 1 out of 3 at the line. He's attempted all 3 of Archbold's free throws. 18-14, Grove with the ball. They trail by 4. Bunn outside for Hermiller. Back to Bunn to Hermiller. They play a little... Now here's the 3 by Hermiller, up and good. Grove back to within a point, 18-17. They've scored 5 straight. Brian Meyer the other way now for Archbold. Meyer on the wing. Here's a bounce pass outside. Got loose, picked up by Greaser. He saved it before it went into backcourt. To Meyer, back to Greaser. Greaser driving, pulls up in the lane from 12 and hits the jumper. 7 for Greaser. It's 20-17. Hermiller the other way. Penetrating now, pulls up 14 and hits again. 7 for Hermiller. It's 20-19. Timeout Archbold. 2:47 to go first half. Archbold 20. Columbus Grove 19. We'll be right back.
Archbold Container believes that...
Big shots. They got a foot back, and they've hit 5 out of 6 at the foul line to draw back to within a point after drilling 10-5 at the end of the first quarter.
No, they're 4 of 7 from the floor this period, but they have 3 offensive rebounds, so Archbold does not have a defensive rebound in the period.
Bluestreaks lead by a point, 20-19, with 2:44 to go until intermission. Greaser bouncing right side over to Kaufman. Kaufman lobbing in now. Mitch Gehrig shot up, blocked by Bunn. He gets the save into the hands of Siefker. Siefker over to Hermiller. Hermiller driving again, cut off by Greaser this time, back outside Siefker. Siefker lob in on the baseline, going in now. Steckschulte puts it up and good. Grove takes a 21-20 lead. 2:14 to go first half. Greaser stops, pops a 3 and hit. 10 for Greaser. Archbold 23, Grove 21. Right side, here's Hermiller penetrating again. Cut off, looking for help now. Flips to Schroeder on the wing. Back outside for Hermiller. Hermiller. Just dribbling outside. Minute 46 to go. Archbold by 2. Outside now, Siefker has it. Siefker. Lob in now. Ball deflected away. Picked up by Archbold. Eric Greaser brings it the other way. Goes into the corner to Brian Meyer. Meyer Lob in now. Here's Gehrig into the corner to Kraus. His pass picked up by Kaufman. Kaufman driving into the paint now. Over to Greaser in the wing. Fall away 12-footer. It's short. Rebounded by Steckschulte for Grove. Steckschulte gives it up to Hermiller. Baseline drive. Got a whistle, and we're going to get a blocking foul on Aaron Kaufman of Archbold. Grove a little quicker than Archbold, and able to get that first step on the Blue Streak defenders as Kurt Brodbeck reports in, replacing Brian Meyer for Archbold. And here comes Chris Halker back into the Columbus Grove lineup, replacing Wayne Siefker. Paul Cruz in for Archbold. Aaron Kaufman sits down. One and one for Brian Schroeder, team foul number 9 on the Blue Streak. Schroeder free throw on the way, up and in. Schroeder now with 4. He can tie it by converting right here. Archbold 23, Columbus Grove 22. Second quarter action. Winner gets Wayne Trace Friday night. Free throw up, bounces, and drops in. Tied at 23.
Dave Krause's son over there. Second one from the end of the front row. Is that child abuse saved by Tony Heiser?
Goodness, I guess. Eric got a shiner that's a shiner,
that is a black one, isn't it?
Wow, has he got a black eye. Bounce pass to, with the score tied, Eric Greaser brings it up. Lost the handle, had it taken away now. Coming down, going to the basket, shot up, rolls off, and tipped no good. Greaser with a rebound. Comes up the other way now. Bouncing over to Joe Emsch. Emsch to Brodbeck, penetrating hard to the basket. Now we got a whistle and a foul.
That was Archbold's first turnover of the period there after that bad first period.
Tripping call going against Grove. They wanted a travel call, but the trip took the precedent. Going to the line is Kurt Brodbeck to shoot one and one. Only a 43% free throw shooter, 9 out of 21 on the year. Score tied, 23 apiece, 55 seconds left first half. Free throw airborne, no good. Blue Streaks really struggling at the line here tonight, just 1 out of 4. Grove doing a great job, or a good job at the line. They've hit 7 out of 8 the second quarter, 7 out of 10 in the half. 23 apiece, 43 seconds to go. Hermiller to penetrate, cut off by Cruz. Down to the left side over to Steckschulte. Steckschulte, the corner, the pass to Schroeder. Schroeder going in now. Here's a ball tipped away, loose, picked up by Archbold. Up the other way comes Brodbeck. Sends it out front for Greaser. High post, Gehrig, back out to Cruz. High post, Emsch. One dribble gives it up to Cruz with 16 seconds left. Cruz over to Brodbeck. He glances at the clock. 11 seconds out near the timeline. Lobs it over to Greaser. Greaser glances at the clock. 6, 5, baseline. Flips back Joe Emsch. Three-pointer up and good. 2 seconds. They call it a 3. Let's wait and see. It looks like a 3. We'll wait and see. They didn't rule. I didn't see a signal. So let's... Three-pointer. It is a three-pointer by Joe Emsch. I believe the first of his varsity career. And Archbold leads at 26-23 at intermission. Stay tuned. We'll be back with a look at our first half statistics, individual scoring, and more as part of our PowerNet Internet services and Power Supply Computer. Thanks much, Martin Taylor. We get ready for third quarter. Blue Streaks on top, 26-23, Blue.
Eric Greaser with 10, Joe Delaney with 7. That's 17 of the Blue Streaks, 26 right there. Chad Hermiller had 7. Jason Steckschulte 4. Brian Schroeder 5 to pace Columbus Grove. Blue Streaks with the ball. Third period action underway. The winner of this game plays Wayne Trace Friday night first game. Meyer with the ball in the wing for the Blue Streaks. Lob inside. Ball knocked loose by Bunn. Good steal. Still loose on the floor. Now the Blue Streaks come up with it. Greaser in the corner. Inside Delaney. He loses his balance. Ball knocked loose. And it's taken over by Columbus Grove. Hermiller down for the Bulldogs. Archbold by 3. The third period action just underway. Bunn with it way outside. Hermiller looks for somebody. Siefker comes top of the circle. Lob inside, thrown away. It's going to belong to the Blue Streaks. Siefker looked inside. Couldn't find Halker down there, and the Archbold takes over. Columbus Grove has had token full court pressure throughout. Archbold breaks it easily this time. Kaufman clears the timeline. Goes one-on-one. Goes back to Brian Meyer. Meyer drives to the corner. Bounce past Delaney. Low post inside Knopflinger, and he is fouled by number 40. Dwayne Seifker picks up his third. No, excuse me. Brian Schroeder picks up his first. Common foul. Meyer, long three from the corner. Bounces no good. Delaney, offensive rebound. He spins inside, up off the glass and in. Joe Delaney, point number 9. Good offensive rebound by Joe. Bluestreaks by 5. Halker. Left wing, Hermiller. Top of the circle, Bunn. No shot. Schroeder to Hermiller. Archbold man-to-man. They did play some zone in that second period. Seifker on the wing. Looks down low. Bunn starts the drive, running one-hander up, no good. Ball loose on the floor, still loose on the floor. Picked up by Eric Greaser. Now Greaser can't control, but does stop with it. Kaufman. Brian Meyer, his long three on the way. This one's going to be short. Rebound pulled off by Columbus Grove. Brian Schroeder to Bunn. Bunn drives all the way, running one-hander up and in, and he's fouled. Nice drive that time by Mark Bunn. That's his second bucket. He was fouled by Chad Knopflinger.
Chad just unable to get to the spot that time. No question about the foul.
28-25, Bluestreaks by 3. Mark Bunn can cut it to 2. Free throw up and in. Archbold by 2. Kaufman clears the timeline against pressure. Gets to the angle. Delaney outside to Greaser. Greaser dribbles for patient, stops from 16, puts one up, no good. Knopflinger, offensive rebound up and in. Chad Knopflinger working hard inside. He hit the deck too. Came away with an offensive board. 30-26, Bluestreaks by 4. Hermiller outside for the Bulldogs of Columbus Grove. Halker. Schroeder holds high. Bunn, 16-footer from the ankle. That bounces off, no good. Greaser for the defensive rebound. He doesn't have the number, so he wisely slows it down. Long three on the way by Greaser. That up, no good. Foul on Brian Meyer going over the back. Archbold substitutions. Tim Krause into the lineup. Paul Cruz. Archbold by 4, 30-26, 5:31 to go in the third. There's Stanley and John will be at
they're down at Northview. Yep, ready to go.
Game.
Martin tells us.
Columbus Grove with the ball. Bunn looks for somebody. Hermiller way outside. Schroeder. Baseline drive, gets the double team. Ball knocked loose, picked off by Paul Cruz of the Bluestreaks. During the 5-minute mark of the third, here's Cruz, long three on the way, up and in. Paul Cruz drills a three. His first bucket of the night. Archbold by 7, 33-26, just under 5 to go in the third. Hermiller flips to Seifker on the wing. Sexual in, looks for somebody. To Schroeder. Schroeder to Bunn. He starts a baseline drive, and he is fouled by Brian Meyer. Brian picks up his third. 2 shots for Mark Bunn coming up here.
Don't forget a little edge and quickness, Lou, and able to get to the line because they're putting the ball on the floor and going to the basket.
Chad Broadbeck into the Kurt Broadbeck into the Bluestreaks lineup. 33-26, Bluestreaks by 7. Mark Bunn shooting a pair. He can cut it to 5. Free throw. Slightly off.
They'd have moved the basket over.
We've been working with that boiler.
I think he watched my video, yeah.
Yeah, it is. That missed by about 8 inches. Second free throw, front of the rim, no good. Delaney high for the rebound to Kaufman. Long pass down Broadbeck. Turns down the 3. Kaufman, top of the circle. Delaney to Cruz. Cruz in the corner. Tim Krause outside. Looks for somebody. Loses the dribble. Bounce pass across to Cruz. Tim Krause, long 3 on the way. That is going to be a little short. Ball knocked loose, out of bounds, and it's going to go to Columbus Grove.
All of a sudden, Blue getting three-point crazy here. They've got Joe Delaney inside, and although they did hit one of those threes, they're just coming down and flailing away.
33-26, Archbold by 7, 4:10 to go in the third. Chad Hermiller down for Columbus Grove. Was hanging around. Bun outside. Seifker to Hermiller. Archbold did a good job defensively. Schroeder top of the circle. Inside Steckschulte, his running one-hander is nicely blocked by one of the Bluestreaks. Got a hand up there, Delaney. Coffin drives all the way, and he's going to go to the line and shoot two. Schroeder picks up the foul. His second. Coffin making a good drive that time. Delaney got the hand up, as Larry said, and blocked that when the referee had me screened. Coffin will shoot two.
About 64% at the line.
Into the lineup, Corey Bryan, the 5'10 junior. He played in the second period there. Brian Schroeder's going to sit down. Coffin shooting two. Archbold just 1 of 4 from the line. Now they are 1 of 5 from the line as Kaufman can't connect. Kaufman's second free throw up and in. Here's the first point of the night. Bluestreaks by 8, 34-26.
Biggest lead.
Just under 4 to go in the third. Hermiller down for Columbus Grove. Seifker on the wing. Bryan top of the circle. He drives into the corner. Seifker back to Bryan. Bryan with the ball is going to get the 5-second call soon. Cruz on Hermiller. Hermiller looks for somebody. Seifker to Bryan. Baseline pass inside. Ball knocked loose again. Hermiller long three on the way. Bounces high, no good. Loose on the floor. I believe Tim Krause picked up the foul.
I think you're right.
Archbold couldn't get a hand on it that time. That's Tim's second. Team's fourth already of the period. Chris Halker coming back in for Columbus Grove. This is a common foul, so it'll be Columbus Grove inbounding. Way outside Hermiller. Bluestreaks doing a good job defensively there. Bryan to Hermiller. Archbold going for the double team way out by mid-court. Hermiller in a lot of trouble, nearly loses. Now he does. Bluestreaks come up with a steal. Cruz. I think Broadbeck got a hand on that. Broadbeck long three on the way. That one short, no good. Rebound Halker. Down to Hermiller. Hermiller looks for somebody. Here's Bryan's long shot on the way. That up, no good. Aaron Kaufman down for the Bluestreaks. Neither team shooting very well. Here's Delaney driving all the way in, and he's hammered from behind. He'll shoot two.
Very close to being an intentional
very
foul.
close. Seifker picks up his third. Delaney will be at the line to shoot two. He has 9. Archbold leads it by 8. We got a timeout on the floor. 2:41 to go in the third. Archbold by 8, and we'll be right back. And thanks a lot, keeping everybody up to date. Delaney at the line shooting two at the 2:41 mark of the third period. Delaney free throw, rims out, no good. Still an 8-point lead for the Bluestreaks. They are now 2 of 7 from the line.
Ouch.
Delaney, second free throw, finds the bottom of the net. He has 10. Archbold by 9, their biggest lead. 35-26, 2:35 to go in the third. Hermiller at the point for Columbus Grove. Bryan on the wing, back to Hermiller. Bryan deep in the corner, long three on the way, up and in. Nice shot, Corey Bryan. Boy, he came off a screen down there, drilled one from deep in the corner. Archbold by 6, 35-29 at the 2:20 mark of the third period. Kaufman drives all the way. Lob inside, ball knocked loose, picked up by Columbus Grove. Hermiller. Hermiller in the corner, Bryan. Low post inside, Steckschulte. He put one up and it's blocked by Joe Delaney. Good defensive play that time. Joe's had 4 or 5 blocks tonight, doing a good job inside. Jason Steckschulte will take it out of bounds for Columbus Grove. Bluestreaks lead it by 6. The 2:05 mark of the third period. They led by 3 at half. Hermiller, way outside. To Bryan. Bryan looks for somebody. Halker comes way outside. His pass stolen away by Cruz to Kaufman. Kaufman drives his 12-foot jumper from the angle up and in. Aaron Kaufman hits a nice off-balance jumper. 37-29, Blue Streaks by 8. Hermiller down at the 140 mark of the third. His running one-hander from the corner up, no good. Delaney with the rebound. Outlet Tim Kraus. He has it knocked loose. To Bryant. Bryant in the corner. Hermiller for 3. That bounces off, no good. Rebound offensively put up and in by Siefker. 37-31, nearing the 1 minute mark. Kaufman drives all the way. His running one-hander up and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Blue Streaks. Bunn and Schroeder back into the Columbus Grove lineup. Eric Grieser coming back in for the Blue Streaks. Mitch Gehrig for Tim Kraus. 1:13 to go in the third. Blue Streaks by 6, 37-31. Grieser looks for somebody, still looks, and now throws it away. Archbold led by 10, the lead now down to 6, and Grove could cut it to 4 or 3. Corey Bryant brings it down for Columbus Grove. So it's past Schroeder on the wing. Bryant. Inside Halker, his running one-hander up, no good. Ball loose on the floor, still loose, picked up by Kurt Broadbeck of the Blue Streaks. To Delaney. Cruz long 3 on the way. That is no good. Delaney offensive rebound. Inside Broadbeck puts it up. Blocked nicely. Gets his own rebound. Blocked. Puts it up again. No good. Ball loose on the floor. Broadbeck gets it back. Scoops it up. And he's finally going to be called for the travel. There's a lot of action there. Not much going on for the Blue Streaks. They had all kinds of shots. Couldn't get anything to drop. 37-31. Still Archbold by 6. 38 to go in the third. See if Columbus Grove wants one shot here. They're lining up way outside. Sexually. Schroeder to Bryan. Bunn to Halker. 16 to go in the period. Grove definitely going for one. Bryan on the ball. We're down to 8. Schroeder to Bryan. He's going to look to go one-on-one. Bounce pass deep in the corner. Long 3 on the way. Put up and in by Schroeder. That's the end of the third period. Archbold 37. Columbus Grove 34. And we'll be right back with fourth period action.
Midway through the quarter,
2
get
threes.
a couple of big three-pointers from Brian Schroeder and Corey Bryan. Schroeder the last one there near the buzzer. And Grove has it back down to 3 at 37-34. I think Archbold in the fourth quarter, Blue, you'll see him be a little more inside campus. Blue Streaks did hit 1-3 in that third quarter, but they airballed about 3 others.
Yeah, that did not pay off for them at all that period.
And they're not a good three-point shooting team. 29% as a team on the year. Columbus Grove basketball. Here we go. Fourth quarter, 3-point Archbold lead. Here's a pass inside now. Bunn turnaround blocked by Delaney, but a foul on the big fella. Mark Bunn will go to the line to shoot 2. He's 1 out of 3 at the line. He has 5 points. Grove getting to the line a little more in Archbold, but when the Blue Streaks have been there, they haven't been very good. 3 out of 8. Free throw up and in. Bunn can cut it to 1 with 7:48 to go. 37-35. Second one, count it. 1-point lead for Archbold. Grieser bringing it up the floor now for the Blue Streaks. Gives it up to Delaney around to the left side. Brian Myers re-enters. Outside now to Paul Cruz. Cruz to the left side. Looking in now, entry pass down on the block. Knopfinger, 5-footer, won't go. Rebound Columbus Grove. Sexually out of there with it. Grove can grab the lead. Sexually into the corner to Halker. Looking in now to Bunn. Spin move now and knocked away. It's loose to the floor and out of bounds. It'll stay with Grove. Last touch by Joe Delaney. Archbold 37, Columbus Grove 36 with 7:18 to play. Inbounding is Brian Schroeder for the Bulldogs. Archbold 13-7. To be a mild upset if Grove could win it. Down to the right side. Here's Schroeder with it. Out front to Bryan. Bryan bouncing over to Steckschulte. Steckschulte on top now to Halker. Halker. Right wing pass to Bryan on top. Bunn has it. Now lob to the baseline to Steckschulte. He saves it back outside to Bunn. Bunn spinning now. 10-footer blocked by Notzinger, but it got him with a body. His fourth foul, and Mark Bunn goes back to the line to shoot two. Mark Bunn. Free throw on the way. Bounce is good. We're tied at 37. 6:51 to play. It's 37 apiece. Bunn trying to give Grove the lead with a free throw, and no. Rebound Delaney for Archbold. We're tied at 37 to Greaser. Bouncing ahead now Meyer. Baseline cut off. High post pass deflected. Picked up though by Greaser. Has his pocket pick. Breakaway Grove. Bryan coming out of the hole. Putting it up off glass and good. 39-37. Columbus Grove. Greaser the other way. Got it slapped away again, and a reaching foul is going to go against Brian Schroeder. Timeout Archbold. 6.5 to go. Columbus Grove 39. Archbold 37. We'll be right back.
You want it fast. Sterling's people make the difference. The kind of place that welcomes your back. Sterling's people make the difference. We're always right nearby. With friendly hometown.
Twice during the season right here. Archbold stuck on 37.
Boy, long time.
And now trail 39-37 with 6.5 minutes to go. The Bluestreaks had a 35-26 lead at one point in this ball game. Have been outscored since then 13-2.
Just can't get anything going offensively. I said that third period, for some reason, they were flogging up the threes from all over, and just did not work.
They got away from what had been successful for them, and now they can't get back in the sync at all. Aaron Kaufman back in for Archbold. Kaufman, right side, on the wing, Meyer, on top for Gehrig, around the left side, Kaufman, bouncing inside Delaney, spin move to the hole, up and in, ties it up. 39 apiece, 12 for Delaney. Right side, here's Bunn into the lane now, Steckschulte. Over to Bunn, 10-foot jumper, up and good. Mark Bunn gets it just over Joe Delaney, about pass, stolen by Schroeder. Schroeder back out to Halker. Halker knocked away by Meyer, ball loose to the floor, and picked up by Archbold. 2-point Grove lead. Greaser the other way to the baseline. Fall away, nobody under the basket but Grove players, and he puts up an air ball, and it's rebounded by Halker. Halker gives it up now to Bryan. 2-point lead for Columbus Grove. 5:35 to play. Steckschulte has it. Over now to Schroeder. Schroeder outside Halker. On the wing. Flips it out front for Bunn. Archbold man-to-man. Bunn gives it up now to Schroeder. Columbus Grove with an advantage in quickness, as we've talked about tonight. And it's paying off right now. Halker. Grove spreading out an motion offense. Outside, Bryan has it now, picked up by Greaser. Bryan starting to drive down the lane, slapped away, ball loose, picked up and laid up and in by Halker. 4-point Columbus Grove lead, 43-39. Behind the defense now, here's a short jumper put up, no good by Gehrig as he missed the easy one. Rebounded by Schroeder for Grove. Over to Bryan. 4:42 to go, it's Grove by 4. We're talking about that one bad quarter. Well, Archbold's having it over a period of 2 quarters, actually. Half the third, the first half here in the fourth. They scored only 2 points in the fourth period and trailed by 4 points. 23-39. Out there on the timeline is Schroeder. Schroeder. Now we've got a whistle, bumped and fouled. Brian Meyer's fourth foul. There'll be a 1-and-1. Paul Cruz into the Archbold lineup. Chad Hermiller for Columbus Grove along with Dwayne Siepker. Meyer sits down with 4 fouls. 4:17 to play. Grove shoots 1-and-1. Schroeder has 8 points. 6'1" senior puts the free throw up, no good. Rebounded by Delaney. Delaney gives it up now. Big miss there for Grove. But the Bluestreaks need a hoop desperately. Inside, Gehrig mishandled it. Ball stolen away now by Stiefker. Stiefker gives it up to Hermiller. Timeout, Grove. 4 minutes to play. Columbus Grove leads 43-39. We'll be right back.
Why should you? 37. I think we got it right this time, Larry.
Grove with a 4-point lead on the ball. Chad Hermiller outside now over to Brian Schroeder. 43-39, 3:52 to go in the contest. With the ball outside now is Bunn. Bunn giving it up now to Steckschulte. He's been quiet tonight, but they haven't needed their leading scorer too much. Here's Schroeder with it now. Ball stolen away by Archbold. Cruz to the other end. Lays it up and good. Archbold back within 2. 3.5 minutes to play at 43-41 Grove. Hermiller with the ball in backcourt now. Pressured by Cruz. Here's Hermiller. Giving it up now to Stiefker. Stiefker back to Hermiller. Hermiller slapped away by Cruz, but he'll be called for a reach. Chad Hermiller will shoot 1 and 1. Free throw's going to be big down the stretch for Grove with 3:14 to go. They lead at 43-41. Hermiller's first appearance at the line tonight. Archbold just 4 points here in the 4th quarter. That outscored 9-4 after the Bluestreaks had built a 9-point lead midway through that 3rd quarter. Free throw up, in and out. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Columbus Grove. It'll go to Archbold. Last touch by Mark Bunn. So the Bluestreaks could tie with a bucket. Krause inbounding the ball now to Kaufman. Kaufman brings it up the floor, dribbling up the middle, flips over left side. Greaser baseline, flips into the wing, going to the hole now. Delaney up, no good off the glass. Rebound taken out by Steckschulte. Somebody got a hand on the ball as Delaney was about to go up. Good defensive work by Grove. Outside with it now is Schroeder. Schroeder sends it to Bunn. Bunn back over now to Schroeder. Schroeder double team, and we got a whistle. And a foul on Paul Cruz of Archbold. 1 and 1. That's the 9th foul on the Bluestreaks. Grove's helped them. They've missed their last 3 free throws, 2 in the front end of 1 and 1. Corey Bryan back into the lineup now. Bryan's had a good second half, replacing Steckschulte. .6'1" senior Brian Schroeder with 8 points in the game. Shoots a big 1 and 1 here for Columbus Grove. They lead by 2 with 2:44 to play. Free throw up and good. There's a big one for Schroeder right there. If they missed the front end, it's back-to-back 1 and 1. But the Bluestreaks able to capitalize just once with a bucket to draw to within 2. Now they're back down by 3. And Schroeder could make it 4 right here and does. 45-41 Columbus Grove. Up the floor on the dribble now comes Kaufman. Right side over to Cruz in the wing. Cruz on top now for Krause. Krause. High post now. Delaney down low, spinning. Double team back out to Krause. Over to inside Delaney again. Back out Krause. 3-point bomb way off the mark. No good. Rebound cleared off now by Columbus Grove. Out of there with it is Bryan. Bryan double team. Looks at Grove has people open. They didn't see him. They'll set it up. 2:13 to go. Backdoor pass now. Hermiller cuts in. He'll take it back outside as Cruz cut him off as Hermiller mishandled the pass just momentarily. Did the wise thing to bring it back out. Now timeout Grove. 2:01 to play. Columbus Grove 45, Archbold 41. We'll be right back.
Try us. You'll like us. Say Cellular and 360 Communications has...
Larry Christie along with Neil Spangler. Archbold in deep trouble with 2:01 to play. The Bluestreaks down by 4. Grove has the ball. Disastrous 4th period for the Bluestreaks. They've scored just 4 points.
In the last half of that 3rd period, too. I mean, the last 10 minutes, they've scored very low.
Here's a pass deflected. Brian Meyer's going to be called for a foul. He had his hands all over Brian Schroeder, and Meyer will foul out of the game. Now the freshman leaves with 2 points. What could be his final game as a freshman. He's had a fine season. And a lot of big things to be expected from Brian, certainly, in his next 3 years at Archbold.
Columbus Grove only has 4 team fouls also here, Larry, so that could even work to their advantage in the last 2 minutes.
Now they're in double bonus the rest of the way, too, here. Brian Schroeder will shoot 2. Now, again, Blue, it goes back to when Archbold had the 9-point lead midway through the third quarter. All of a sudden, they all thought they were Rick Mount.
Well, they were
flailing up 3-point shots. Free throw up and in.
They've played about, they played 10 minutes now and scored 6 points.
Yep.
Because there was about 4 minutes to go. They had 35, and there's just under 2 to go, so they played 10 minutes, scored 6 points.
Yep.
You cannot win a game like that.
Nope. They give Grove credit. They're quicker, and they've taken advantage. Second one up and in. Grove up by 6, 47-41. Bounce pass now to Kaufman. Kaufman up the floor for Archbold. We're going to whistle and a reaching foul on Hermiller. That's only the 5th on Columbus Grove. Hermiller does a good job of putting pressure on. He's 5'10", not real big, but he's got good quickness, as do all the Grove players. They lead at 47-41. Bounce pass coming down to Kaufman. Kaufman right side over to Broadback. Broadback driving into the paint to the hole off of the left hand. Lay-in good. And Archbold's going to get a quick timeout here to talk it over. 47-43, only 42 seconds to go in the contest. It is a full timeout. Bluestreaks down by 4 with 1:42 to go, and we'll be right back.
59-55.
All righty, we do thank you for that. Martin, 47-43. What did you do here, Neil? So, inbounding here will be Columbus Grove. It's Brian Schroeder. Schroeder gets it in now to Bunn. 4-point lead. Grove double team, and a foul is going to be called against the Bluestreaks with 1:33 to go in the contest. Get it?
I don't know. Archbold has to foul there now. It's going to take a long time. They just got to hope they miss, but Columbus Grove is going to have 2 opportunities every time down.
Mark Bunn to shoot a couple. Free throw off the mark, no good. 4 points can be made up in a hurry if Grove cooperates by missing free throws. Mark Bunn. Second one bounces, no good again. Rebound Kaufman for Archbold. Kaufman up the right side to Cruz. He'll go to the baseline, pulls up, flips over, pass to Delaney, and it's knocked away by Grove and out of bounds. Another Bluestreak turnover. So inbounding here will be Brian Schroeder. Schroeder gets it into Bunn. Bunn lobs it right back to Schroeder up the left side. Hermiller goes behind the defense now. Seifert, he'll wait on help. Flips it out front for Schroeder. Schroeder gives it up to Hermiller. Hermiller dribbling now. Whistle, reaching foul on Joe Delaney, his 4th. Chad Hermiller will go to the line to shoot the double bonus. Well, Bluestreaks again had an opportunity, Blue, but turned the ball over when they got down close inside. So Chad Hermiller, who has 7 points, all up in the first half, goes to the line to shoot the double bonus for Columbus Grove. Free throw bounces good. Again, our second game tonight, Wassiana Northwood. Dan Cruz alongside John Fryman for that one on WMTR. Second one, got it. 2 big free throws. Grove back up by 6, 49-43. Kaufman brings it into front court with 1:11. Outside now, starting a drive. Broadback over to Delaney. Spin move to the hole, puts it up off glass and good. 49-45. Inbounding now is Schroeder. Does so to Bunn, and he's fouled immediately. Fouls on Broadback. And it'll be again double bonus for Mark Bunn. just missed a couple. Been a little sporadic tonight at the line. He hit one, missed two, hit three in a row, then now has missed three in a row. Chad Knopfinger back in for Archbold. Paul Cruz will leave. So Mark Bunn going to the line. With 59 seconds to go, Columbus Grove leads by 4, 49-45. Free throw no good again. Well, Grove giving the Bluestreaks a few opportunities here. They missed a couple one-and-ones earlier, then they hit 6 straight free throws at one point. Now they've missed 4 in a row. This one is up and good. 50-45. Broadbeck writes long bomb 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound cleared off by Schroeder. Schroeder to Bunn ahead now. Got a whistle and a foul on Greaser. With 49.2 seconds left, it's Columbus Grove 50, Archbold 45. So once again, Mark Bunn, that's who Archbold's decided is going to be the man of the hour at the foul line. He'll shoot 2 free throws. 6'3" senior, averaging 7 points a game. Free throw bounces off, no good. 49.2 seconds to go. Columbus Grove leads 50-45. Winner gets Wayne Grace Friday night. Second one up, nope. Rebound Archbold. Knopfinger to Kaufman. Kaufman quickly up the floor. Going to stop into the corner now to Greaser. Greaser, baseline drive goes in. There's the pass deflected and out of bounds. It'll stay with Archbold.
I mean, even the free throws missing isn't up on the Bluestreaks because they couldn't make a 3. You know, they're just not hitting them. And I mean, they're not close either. It's not like they're having tough luck on them or something like that.
Chris Halker into the lineup replacing Mark Bunn. Kaufman to inbound now for Archbold, looking for Delaney. Just throws it off the foot of Hermiller instead.
Archbold needs a bank or something like
They
that.
need a break, yeah.
They need something that wasn't supposed to go in.
39.5 seconds left. They'll send it outside to Broadbeck. Broadbeck cut off outside Greaser, has it slapped away to get a whistle and a reaching foul on Bryan. That's only the 6th foul. 16 foul. 34.8 seconds to go. Bluestreaks got to get a shot up in a hurry. Broadbeck will do the inbounding. Does so now to Kaufman. Kaufman outside Greaser on the wing. 16-footer. It's short, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch apparently by Dwayne Steefker of Columbus Grove. And Archbold will keep it. There's a lob in going to Delaney. Turnaround 5-footer up and in, which they should have been doing all night. And a timeout Archbold with 24 seconds to go. It's 50-47. And, of course, a little easier now. Grove isn't going to challenge Joe Delaney too much. They don't want to foul him inside, but
Bluestreaks need a steal right now, or they got a foul right away. And as I said, they haven't been to the free throw line this period, but I mean the referees I think have done a very good job. This will be when they foul this side. This will be 20 at the line for Columbus Grove. And Laurie said they've given the Bluestreaks opportunities here, but Archbold just hasn't shot well. And as I said, now in the last 12 minutes, they've scored 12 points. So when they look at the film of this, it's very easy to see it. They said they just seemed to get away from their offense when they had that 9-point lead. They went outside. Said their threes were banging up. I mean, how many of them were air balls? At least 3 that I can think of. So not exactly what they wanted from their offense.
They had been playing pretty well. They had gotten it up to a 9-point lead and doing it a little bit inside, a little bit outside. They did have 1 3-point goal from Paul Cruz in that third quarter, but then at the midway point of the third quarter, it's like they put a wall up, some type of a partition. And since then, the Bluestreaks haven't been able to get much. And credit Columbus Grove for a fine job. Chad Hermiller will inbound. Leading by 3. Grove with the ball. Bounces it in now to Schroeder. Schroeder, Cat Ashman into the Archbold lineup, and a foul with 20.3 seconds to go. Hermiller will shoot 2 free throws. Fouls on Cat Ashman. They put him in there just for that purpose, replacing Joe Delaney, will now report back into the Archbold lineup. Check that apparently was on Aaron Kaufman, his fourth. Chad Hermiller with his team up by 3 points. 50-47 will shoot 2 free throws. 5'10" senior. Played a solid floor game, excellent defensive game. Free throw up and in. He's also hit 3 out of 4 at the foul line here in the fourth period. Grove 4-point lead. Looks a lot more comfortable to them. Second one up, bounces, nope. Rebound Delaney. Head to Kaufman. Quick bucket here by the Bluestreaks. 2-possession game. Kaufman will go to the hole, puts it up, rolls, no good, but a blocking foul. Wow. That ball just hung on the edge of the rim and then just rolled off, or it could have been a 3-point play. With 14.5 seconds to go, Aaron Kaufman shoots 2 free throws. 51-47. Paul Cruz back in, replacing Chad Knopfinger. So on the line, Aaron Kaufman. He's 1 out of 2 at the stripe. He has 3 points. It's been a fine senior season. Free throw on the way, up and in. Grove 51, Archbold 48. Second one, count it. 2-point ball game. 14.5 seconds to go. Hermiller will inbound. Looking, and still looking. Inbound pass coming ahead now to Bryant, and he's fouled by Greaser with 13.4 seconds left. I think Hermiller used about 4 out of 5.
Yeah, he ran both ways there. It was close.
Bryant's not been at the line. He'll shoot 2 right here. 2 out of 2 would just about do it. 1 out of 2, and Archbold's still very much in the game.
It would be a prayer, but...
Here's Knopfinger back in, replacing Cruz. Bryan, 5'10" junior, shooting 2 big free throws. Nails them both. He can just about seal it. Free throw, up and in. 3-point lead, 52-49. Second one airborne. No, won't go. Archbold rebound. Kaufman up the floor now. Flips over to Greaser. 7 seconds. 3-pointer on the way. Got it. Greaser hit the 3. 3 seconds to go. Grove gets a timeout with 2.7 seconds left. Unbelievable. Tied it up at 52-52. Grove will have to go 92 feet, Blue, and they've only got 2.7 seconds to do it with as Eric Greaser gets his first bucket of the second half.
Unbelievable sort of event there, the missed free throw. Just said Archbold's just been miserable on threes. Eric Greaser, yeah, a little head fake, dribble penetration. That's the one they should have done in Ploso. So what if he dribbles and makes a layup? But he pulled back and went up, and that was nothing but net all the way. So the Bluestreaks have dodged every imaginable bullet there in the last 2.5 minutes. And it looks like we're going to get overtime. They have to put pressure on the ball there because they don't want to let Columbus Grove get a good shot. But the miracle did come around for the Bluestreaks.
Well, at least a chance to win it in the overtime. We'll see if the miracle occurs. The miracle would be to somehow end up winning this ball game. It appeared that they were in good shape midway through the third quarter with a 9-point lead when the roof caved in. Just totally caved in on Archbold. Grove started to dominate play, got a 6-point lead. Not a great deal in this time and age, but Archbold just couldn't hit a thing. And, well, the Bluestreaks end up with Grove missing a number of free throws in the double bonus. And Archbold gets a 3 from Eric Greaser to tie it. Never say die, I guess, and they have not quit. Here's the inbound pass. Hermiller sends it in now. Half-court shot on the way. No good by Brian Schroeder. We'll go to overtime. The score tied. 52 apiece. Back with a 4-minute extra session right after this. Going to be Wasion and their battle with Northwood. Stan Cruz, John Fryman are standing by. But obviously, we've got overtime here as Archbold has evened it up. 52 apiece. Here's the center tap. The lady controls. Archbold with the ball. Greaser bounce pass inside. Knopfinger goes to his knees. Back to Greaser. Baseline 15-footer up and in. Archbold takes a 54-52 lead as Brian Schroeder brings it up the floor now for Grove. Schroeder sends it outside now over to Corey Bryan. Bryan gives it up now to Schroeder. Schroeder in the baseline goes in, short jumper up, no good. Rebound, Chad Knopfinger for Archbold. 3:25 to go in the overtime. Kaufman left side, Broadback drive going in. Flips over in the bounce, laid up and in by Knopfinger. 56-52 Archbold. Driving all the way to the other end. Bryan finds the seam, drives all the way and lays it in. 56-54. Greaser the other way for Archbold to the baseline. To the wing, fires the 10-foot jumper in and out. Rebound battled for and out of bounds to Columbus Grove. With 2:57 to go.
Big play that time after Archbold scored. They let somebody go right down to the layup. They didn't know who had somebody there.
They still don't.
I know. Delaney, he shouldn't be guarding Bryan, should he?
No. They got caught in a switch or whatever. Nobody picked Bryan up, and he just drove to the basket for the lay-in. Side Bunn, three-pointer for the lead. Up and in! Grove regains the lead at a Mark Bunn three-pointer. 57-56. Kaufman up the middle now. Back outside to Delaney. Delaney, right side over to Broadback. 5 quick points by Columbus Grove. Here's Broadback with it outside, bouncing over to Greaser. 2:24 left in the overtime. Greaser right side to Broadback. Broadback high post Delaney, left side to Greaser. Greaser at the baseline, Knopfinger knocked away, but a reaching foul against Brian Schroeder, and it will be a 1-and-1 for Chad Knopfinger of Archbold. The thing about Grove, they don't give up either, Blue. I mean, 4 quick points by Archbold in the overtime. Grove comes right back with 5 even quicker. Chad Knopfinger with a 1-and-1. Columbus Grove 57, Archbold 56. Free throw on the way. No good. Rebound Columbus Grove. Out of there with it is Hermiller. Hermiller up the floor. Bounces over now to Schroeder. Schroeder done outside. Penetrates. Goes in 12-footer up. No good. Rebound Archbold. Greaser with it. Greaser picked up by Hermiller. Ahead now to Kaufman. Kaufman to the wing to the baseline. Flips it back out to Greaser. He lost the ball. Picked up by Hermiller. Hermiller doubled up. Gives it up to Schroeder. Costly Blue Streak turnover there. Schroeder over to Hermiller with a minute 44 to go in the overtime. 1 point Columbus Grove lead. Bunn. Over now to Bryan. Bryan starting a drive coming in. Got a whistle. He's inadvertently tripped and fouled by Eric Greaser. 2 shots coming up for Chad Hermiller. 57-56 Columbus Grove with a minute 35 to go.
That gets official. Every call he's made tonight has been a slap. That was no. He said he hit him on the arm.
Oh, hit him on the arm, huh? On a trip.
He inadvertently tripped him.
Free throw, no good up the front of the iron. One point Columbus Grove lead. Second free throw by Bryan is good. So Archbold down by 2. Aaron Kaufman with the ball. High post now. Here's Delaney spinning into the lane. Goes to the hole, puts it up and in. Grove wanted a double dribble, and boy, it looked, he came awfully close to double dribbling. I agree. 58 apiece. If he didn't, it was darn close. With the ball, Hermiller. Tied at 58. A minute 10 to go. Steckschulte has it. To the right side now. Into the corner now. Baseline drive coming in there. Pass goes back outside. Run down by Bryan. A minute to play. Bryan goes left side now over to Schroeder. Schroeder, baseline. Bunn, whistle. Reaching foul. Delaney's fouled out of the game. Joe Delaney is fouled out with 54.2 seconds to go. 18 points for the big fella. He's had a tremendous senior year. We'll see if his teammates can keep it going for him, but he won't be around to see it other than from the sideline. Points for Joe Delaney and right around double figures in rebounding. On the foul line is Mark Bunn. We'll get 2 free attempts here. Paul Cruz into the Archbold lineup. Delaney fouls out with 18. Mark Bunn, 2 big free throws. Score tied. Free throw on the way up and in. Grove regains the lead 59-58. 15 points for Mark Bunn tonight. Second one up and good. 60-58. Up the floor on the dribble now. Here's Kaufman. Going in now. We've got a whistle, and Kaufman's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Grove by 2 with 48.8 seconds to go. Fouls on Chad Hermiller. So Aaron Kaufman with a 1-and-1. Third foul on Chad Hermiller. Kaufman shoots the 1-and-1 up. Nope. Rebound, Columbus Grove. Short of the mark with it. Taken down by Schroeder. Schroeder gives it up to Hermiller. Hermiller up the floor now. Grove leads by 2. Here's a pass knocked away. Picked up though by Bryan. Goes to the hole. Shovels it up. Rolling and good. 4-point lead for Columbus Grove. 32 seconds to go. Kaufman up the floor now for Archbold. Slips in, not enough. Singer for the lay-in and a timeout. Archbold with 24.5 seconds left. Columbus Grove 62, Archbold 60. We'll be right back. From Northview, Washington Northwood right here. Columbus Grove leads Archbold 62-60. Bluestreaks ready to become the cat with 9 lives here tonight, Blue.
Oh, I've given up. They need a quick foul again, and hopefully the miss, or 1 or 2 at the most.
Problem for Archbold is now Joe Delaney is fouled out. He can't re-enter. No matter if they get to another overtime or not. They're going to miss the big fella. Full court pressure from the Bluestreaks. Sexually to win bounds. Looking, flips it in now. We're going to get a whistle and a foul immediately on Paul Cruz. Double bonus. Coming up here for Brian Schroeder. Schroeder has hit 6 out of 7 at the line tonight, so he's been their most solid free throw shooter. Chad Nofziger back in for Archbold. Replacing Chad Ashelman. Brian Schroeder, 2 shots. 24.2 seconds to go. Got it up. No good. So, even he puts this down, Archbold only down 3. 24.2 seconds left. Schroeder's second one. Got it. This one. 63-60. Archbold needs a 3. Kaufman's going to stop, fire a bomb for a 3 off the mark. No good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Columbus Grove.
I don't know if they really needed a 3 really that fast that time. They still kind of tried to go inside.
Ashman into the Archbold lineup replacing Nofziger, but Grove now, all they need is a free throw to pretty much seal the deal, but they were in the same situation in the first in regulation. Down the floor, baseball throw ahead to Hermiller. Knocked away loose now and out of bounds. It's going to belong to Archbold. Bluestreaks still alive and breathing. With 13.7 seconds to go, it's 63-60. Grove's going to call a timeout here with 13.7 seconds left. Columbus Grove 63, Archbold 60. Hang with us, folks. We'll be right back. 60, Columbus Grove with a 3-point lead, but Archbold's got the ball with 13.7 seconds to go. Bluestreaks scored the first 4 points of the overtime, but Grove came right back with a Corey Bryan lay-in and a 3-point field goal from Mark Bunn, and have led ever since.
Archbold's 4 of 6 from the floor in these tournaments, but they're 0 of 2 from the line, and the Columbus Grove's 3 of 5 at the 3, and they're 4 of 6 from the line. So that is the difference.
Pass to Kaufman. 10 seconds. Kaufman high post to Nofziger. Nofziger outside to Greaser. Greaser, they're all over him. He'll let fly long 3 on the way. No good. Columbus Grove rebounds. It's all over. In overtime, Columbus Grove has defeated Archbold 63-60 in overtime. Grove now will play Wayne Trace for the sectional championship on Friday evening in the first game here at Defiance High School. We'll be back to take a look at the numbers on this one, individual scoring, stats, and more. Right now, timeout for this.
Rough Furniture and
American flag,